Project G-string installed, blue Miata's red Miata, all the straps installed. Notice everything's pulled tight. If yours is a little loose, don't worry about it. After it sits in the sun for a day or so, then everything seems to tighten up. That's about it. I hope it went as easy for you as we made it look, even though we've done a bunch of these already. So don't feel bad if yours is a little more difficult than what we made it look. Okay, this is a video for the Project G-string center brace, and we're going to show you what you have to do to modify it to fit your particular application. This is basically what you got with the kit, and it's called a kit because it does require work on your end to get it to work on your vehicle. Okay, here's the front bow. Obviously it's upside down so you guys can see better what we're doing, and we're going to show you how the front should fit up. Now, the front piece, the way you got it, will fit into this notch like this. Now, as you notice, the bottom is not, well, I guess that's the top, is not flush with the top of the bow at this point, but it will work this way if you didn't want to do the extra work to make it flush. Okay, right now you're looking at the front of the bow, or actually the center brace that fits into the bow. This is how you got it with the kit. Now, this is a modified center brace that we use to make the top fit flush. It's not necessary, but it does help with the appearance. You see now, depending on the angle, you'll have to adjust your cut both on the front and on the back. Okay, this is how it fits when we give it to you in the kit. Depending on the angle of the front bow, it may go this way, maybe this way. It all depends on your bar and the front bow. This is the modified version that we did, and this is how it fits on my personal vehicle. This is how it comes. Okay, on the top right here is what you received in your kit. The one on the bottom has been modified to fit our particular application. Now, if you notice the orientation of the front here and the back over here, that's how it has to be. So this is the side. This fits the profile of your bar, similar to that. We'll show more about that later. But basically, that's how it fits. This is what you start with. You're going to get something like this after you're done. Okay, so if this is your roll bar, this is the center brace, and it should fit like this. Notice the top is flush with the top of your roll bar. This is what you want as your final product. You also need this overhang to keep it from sliding down. If it was cut flat, it'll just slide down. That's why you need to notch it this way. Now, if you want, you can do what we did and take it a step further and have it fit this way. It takes a little more time, a little more work and effort, but we felt it looked. Okay, as you can see here, we're going to install the G-string on blue Miata's red Miata. As you notice, we have the material flipped over the windshield, and it pretty much supports itself. This is the way we always start when we're installing it on the car, even after we've completed fitting it up and everything. This is the way you start. What you want to do is take the front and put it into the handle. You should have already had it pre-shaped, so it'll fit up in there a little bit nicer than this. And we're running it over the top of the bar. Well, take two. Okay, So here's the bar. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start from about here. Okay, a little bit past halfway, we're going to cut it off, and then we're going to start to shape it. And we're not going to show you how to shape it because there's many ways to do it, but you get the basic idea. You're going to start here, and you're going to go shorter, shorter, shorter till you finally make it fit. You know, you can always take more material off, but you can't add more. So keep that in mind when you're shaping it. Okay, as you can see here, this is the notched one. If you look at it, the appearance is not that bad. The top is flush. It does the job. Okay, here's the other one for comparison. So you be the judge if you need to do the extra work or not. Okay, now on the front bow, we have it wedged in there. Okay, there's a little bit of tension on it, not too much. And now we can actually clamp it down. As you notice, this doesn't wiggle around. There's tension holding the front bow up. It's pretty sturdy. If it flops around, that means you went too short, and really it's not the end of the world. You could go to Home Depot, pick up a full length of it, 10 feet for about, I don't know, $6, and you'll have like 3 or 4 more tries at it. So no big deal, just a little bit more work. Okay, included in your kit, you receive some spacers and bolts and washers. You can see right here. Now you want to install those before you install the G-string. The reason we did this is so we can make it quicker to install and take off the G-string. Otherwise you have to wrap it around, you know, some other fastening point. But we felt this way you could just loosen up the strap, pull it off, and you're on your way. So now we're going to go ahead and install the G-string. Flip it over. The long strap goes around here like this, and you just pull it tight. Now don't cinch it down all the way until you do both sides. Put that over. That's pretty much it. You do it on both sides, and then once you do that, you just tighten it up, pull everything tight, put the center Velcro around the center brace, which is pretty self-explanatory, and that should be it. Okay, and here's the center brace and the Velcro. I'm going to do real sloppy here because I'm doing it one-handed from outside the car. Basically it's like that. Usually I try to make it a little bit tighter, but even if it's loose, it prevents the top from ballooning up. Okay, for those of you who are cutting your own bow, basically this is how we did it. We tried to kind of line up with this guy and just cut straight through. We left the seal on, we left everything on, and then we just got an angle grinder and just cut straight down. However you want to do it, just as long as you get this result, then the end caps that we provided you should work pretty well. The type of glue we use to fasten the end caps is this guy right here. We use black. You don't need to use black because you probably won't see it, but that's what we used. Here's the end cap installed. It's just kind of glued on there. Basically lined up this corner. We wanted to make sure we covered the sharp corners on the edges, and that's about it.